What up, Crypto Warriors? It's Sergeant Crypto back at it again. Today is Friday, March 29th, 2019. This is like my third or fourth time trying to record this video. Keep getting this interrupted. Let's get into it. Some men aren't looking for anything logical like money. They can't be bullied, reasoned, or negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world burn. Alfred Pennyworth, The Dark Knight movie. Great movie. So this is coming out of Twitter. Follow this dude at Fractal Watch. Follow me at Sergeant Crypto 99, and you'll get to see me retweet great things like this. So former Fed Chairman, Federal Reserve Fed Chairman Alan Greenspan, the United States can pay any debt it has because we can always print money to do that. So according to Great Grandpa here, we're able to just print more money, and who cares, because we're just paying off our debts by just printing more money. We'll just print to pay off our debts, and it'll solve the problem. Well, I don't know if he's taking a look at the national debt, but printing an extra 20, let's just call it 23 trillion, because for inflation and interest rates and all that stuff. So if we were to pay it off right now, we go to the Federal Reserve or the Treasury and tell them, hey, print some money, print $23 trillion right now. That'll be a lot of money being printed and a lot of money in circulation, and which will cause hyperinflation. We see this happening in different countries around the world. Venezuela is the one that pops up in my head right now because of what's happening down there. And people going to the store with wheelbarrow filled with money. Backpacks filled with money to buy one or two items. All right, that's what hyperinflation is. And I know that we think that kind of thing won't happen here in the United States, but with this debt right here, with this debt, and the fact that we have a crazy man telling us that we can just print more money to pay for it, these things are bound to happen. So here we are, coming from Fox Business. The federal government should default on its debt. This is this article was written on March 19th. So the national debt surpassed $22 trillion, or nearly $180,000 per taxpayer. The figure will double within 3 decades, since spending on Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid will balloon as America's population ages. It'll be like saddling every taxpayer with an additional mortgage on top of his or her existing housing, credit card, and student loans. So imagine having to pay an extra mortgage every month, or extra rent every month, just extra bills every single month, because we keep the debt has doubled and we're not doing anything about it. All right, so in the next 3 decades, we could see $44 trillion in debt if we don't take care of it right now. We need to take care of the debt right now. So they're saying that we should default on our debts. All right, ignore the debt and indefinitely printing more money, as proponents of modern monetary theory effectively advocate, would lead to uncontrolled hyperinflation. Like I said, what's happening in Venezuela, what took place or is taking place in Zimbabwe. Although these nations are considered, I'm throwing up quotes here, third world nations, if we start to do that, we will head down the same road. We are already printing too much money with the quantitative easing, the QE1s, 2, 3, and I think we're up to QE4 now, since the financial crisis. All right, we're just printing more money, and the Federal Reserve is buying up a lot of stocks, buying up a lot of government bonds, all right, to help to inflate the market and make it seem like the market is doing well, when it's just them basically helping out. All right, so a hard default where the government simply refuses to pay its debts would cause a global economic meltdown. Dollar-denominated treasuries and Federal Reserve notes are the lifeblood of the global financial system. But a soft default, a one-time devaluation of the dollar, which enables the government to pay back its debts in full, albeit at a lower intrinsic value, needn't be catastrophic. And it goes into what a soft default is. A soft default. The Treasury would peg the dollar to gold, oil, natural gas, or silver, or perhaps a basket of those commodities by choosing a weak valuation, for instance, $10,000 per ounce of gold compared to the current market value of roughly $1,300 per ounce. Much of the debt could be paid down thanks to a much weaker dollar. I definitely agree with having the dollar backed by some kind of hard asset, right? Which also should include Bitcoin, because we know that there's only going to ever be 21 million Bitcoin in existence, ever. So having the dollar backed by Bitcoin, by gold, by natural gas, oil, and silver, like a basket full of these things, will definitely prevent the government from printing more money and help us to pay off our debts. I know you may think like, well, who do we owe the debt to? Most of the debt is owed to ourselves, meaning in the form of entitlements, Medicaid, Social Security, the military, all right, paying federal workers, the upkeep of national parks, and it's basically ourselves. So to have the money backed by some kind of natural resources would pay off the debt, get us out of the hole, and start a new monetary system. Because the way of this fiat system of just printing money is not the way to go. And we see that with other countries, the major ones, all right, that's a part of the BRICS, which includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. These countries are buying gold. They're buying gold, buying a hard asset. All right, and we know that Russia is getting involved with Bitcoin. We already know that China, they practically mine all the Bitcoins over there, right? So these countries have actual hard assets to back their currencies, and they're continuing to buy gold on a yearly basis by the tons. Meanwhile, we're here just printing money and devaluing our dollar by printing more money, and they themselves are returning those dollars back to us because they don't want it. They see that it's basically a useless piece of paper. All right. Russia sold a lot of the bonds that it owned for the U.S. government, and China is starting to do the same thing. Okay. Here we go. Pegging the dollar to physical commodities would cause short-term instability, but ultimately strengthen our nation. It would force our leaders to balance the budget, since the Treasury and Federal Reserve wouldn't be able to create new money without producing an equivalent amount of commodities. So if they just say, hey, we need $1 billion, you can't print it. You can't print that $1 billion unless you have the gold, the oil, the whatever, the Bitcoin, whatever hard asset. You need to show us. You need to prove it to us. And this is why a Bitcoin is a great way to go, because everyone can see it on the blockchain. If they have their wallet, wallet address as U.S. government wallet address or whatever, and everybody knows what it is, where it is, and we can see, okay, well, these guys only have 1 million Bitcoins, all right? No, and they need $1 billion or whatever the valuation of the U.S. dollar will be at the time. If they don't have the Bitcoin already in it to back it up, then they can't print more money. And we just have to figure out whatever crisis we're in at the time, like some grown adults, instead of throwing a Band-Aid on it. All right? So, and it goes on to say the founder fathers favored a commodities-backed currency for that very reason. They rightly worried fiat money would lead to irresponsible borrowing. And that's what has led us to the situation we are in right now today. All right, guys, so let's discuss it in the comment section below. Do you think that we should just say screw it and default on our debts? Or should we, start having a commodities-backed currency, just like we did back before 1974? Is it 74? When Nixon took us off the gold standards. All right. It's your boy, Sergeant Crypto, as always. Thanks for watching. Please smash the likes, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, get notified when I upload new videos, and let's discuss this, man. This is a very serious topic. We need to start thinking about these. A lot of these politicians, they're talking about just printing more money to help solve our problems, but they don't understand how money works, and they need some kind of education in what money is and how monetary policies work when it's just printing money, and it just won't work, man. It just won't work. I'm just at a loss for words right now. Can't believe this guy. All right, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.